Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. I'm Michael Taylor, good to be here with you on a Friday. It is let me check my notes, it's the 17th, it says it right there. We got a great show for you. Are you kind of done with the heat this week? I'm looking forward to the weekend. I think we're gonna get a little cooler and maybe a little bit of relief next week, but I've had it with the heat. I'm already done with summer. Let's get fall going. When is that? A little ways away. Oh well, we'll have to talk about what's on today's show instead and just wish for fall temperatures. Comedy Club, Phil Chait's going to be here, a little relief for the heat. Go inside, go to an air conditioning venue and watch the Comedy Club. He's got some great shows coming up that you're going to tell us about. And we're going to talk about manor alterations. We have a video for you for those folks who want information about that, what's going on there. And then later in the program, Sports Corner with Cole Young. He's got all the sports wrap up, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about FIFA and the World Cup as well. So stay tuned for that later in the program. Right now, though, do you like barbecue? I like barbecue. Everybody likes barbecue. Well, it is summer, like I mentioned before, and we're going to get some barbecue going here on Monday, July 20th. It's going to be over at Clubhouse 5. Martinez's menus, including barbecue baby back ribs, oven-fried chicken, baked beans, corn on the cob. That sounds like barbecue to me. You can still get tickets for this. Tickets are $29 per person over at Clubhouse 5. It's going to be credit card, debit card, checks as well. If you have any questions about that, there's the phone number on the screen as well as the website for more information. Email there. All right, let's take a look at our weather forecast. And like I said, I'm kind of done with the heat, but the heat's not done with us. We're going to have 82 degrees today, up to 85 tomorrow, and then back to the low 80s. I'll accept that, low 80s. Mostly sunny, as you can see there. Maybe some morning clouds, pushing in like we usually get this time of year, but for the most part, nice sunny days ahead. All right, time for sunrise, sunset, and we have a lovely shot here. Let's keep celebrating it. America 250, right? It doesn't have to end on July 4th, but this was from July 4th. And thank you very much, Mark Rabinowitz, for taking this picture for us right here in Laguna Woods Village. Sunrise this morning was 5:53. Sunset tonight is going to be 8:01. If you have a picture you'd like to send us, we'd love to see it. Make sure you email lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. With that picture, make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, we've got one meeting to tell you about. Then when we come back, we will be talking to Phil Chait from the Comedy Club. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Jeff McCabe, owner of California Gun Services, and for the last 10 years, we've been helping residents of Laguna Woods with any firearm-related needs. Do you have maybe some old bullets left in the garage, even an old gun in a closet? You might have a gun collection worth tens of thousands of dollars. We can help with all these matters and more. We like to say we're the gun company for non-gun people. Our goal is to keep you safe, legal, and maybe even put a couple dollars in your hands. Call California Gun Services today and you can speak directly with myself, Jeff McCabe.
Introducing Vasco Assets, Southern California's premier luxury asset buyer and lender. With over 100 years of combined industry experience and 43 years serving Orange County, Vasco Assets specializes in luxury watches, fine jewelry, diamonds, gold, and exotic vehicles. No banks, no credit checks, no complicated approvals, just fast evaluations, competitive offers, and same-day funding. Whether you're unlocking liquidity, selling a collection, or securing a short-term loan, Vasco Assets delivers a trusted white glove experience from start to finish. Vasco Assets, trusted by clients who expect more.
Not all car washes are created equal. At LW Car Wash, every vehicle receives a professional hand wash, delivering the attention to detail automated washes simply can't match. From the exterior to the interior, our inside vacuum service helps keep your vehicle looking its best. We finish every wash with a meticulous hand dry clean for a spotless, streak-free shine. Fast, professional, extremely clean. Don't forget to ask about our $4 off discount with any wash package that includes inside services.
It's time to talk comedy right here in the Village, and nobody does that better than the head of the Comedy Club, Phil Chait. Thank you for joining us,
I see you
as
again.
always. So you guys just had a recent, you have a lot of things coming up. You had some recent stuff. Don Friesen, tell me about him. He's a clean comic, and he's real frenetic on stage, right?
Definitely. No, most of our comics are clean. Actually, that's one of our prerequisites for them being on our stage.
And
we kind of give them
he just came and did pretty well?
Yeah, no, he does well. He's been here every year, and he gets a good crowd, and he's a funny guy. And we had great reviews from that. And he was another gentleman named John McCormick. They both did very well. So that's what we're trying to do, is bring back our top performers from last year that we know people really liked and accepted, and just keep recycling them in Clubhouse 5 with that if we can. Plus add some new names every now and then when we can.
Now, the thing is, I know comedians, they always work on the new material kind of thing. Is that, do you feel like that's tough? Because you have to do that too a little bit, right? Because you MC the events and you try to not be, you MC every month that you guys do a thing. So how do you keep fresh?
Well, sometimes I do. I have to admit that sometimes I do repeat some of the jokes. I'm hoping that memory, I hope the memory doesn't last all that time. That I remember those jokes. See, I remember them because I told them, but that doesn't mean someone listening to them actually remembers them. So sometimes I recirculate jokes, but these guys, they've only been like every year, so it's hard to remember their lacks from last year. So some of them do try a lot of new material and just go with some of their old stuff. So, but they're all good. If people walk out laughing and they're happy, that's all I care about.
Right, that's the important part. Recycle, it's good for the earth. It's all right. This month you have a couple of ladies coming in.
Monica Piper and Debbie Casper, and Monica is an Emmy Award winner. She was here last year. She got great reviews. And she was a writer for Roseanne and other shows, and she's an Emmy winner, and she was voted one of the top 5 female comedians in the country.
Right.
So she puts on a great show. She has a one-woman show going on, so she's a top comedian.
And then the other one coming in too, she also wrote for Roseanne.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how they met. But yeah, they both wrote Roseanne, and she also was Emmy nominated. So all the comedians we have are credentialed. They're not, just, out of the pit. They all have credentials and whatever. And she put a great show on last year, and I'm expecting the same this year.
How do you go around discovering these comedy groups and tours?
I go to shows.
You go to a lot of shows?
Well, I have a lot of comedian friends now because of all the things here. So they call me up, and this, that, and so someone called me up to say, "You want Kevin Nealon?" and this and that. So they all communicate. They like our set there. They love coming down here, which helps. I mean, that was one of the things that helped us get Jay Leno down here, because a few comedians spoke to him and said to him, "This is a really great place to work, and the audience is great, and the people are nice." So that actually was one of the reasons why it wasn't all that difficult to get him down here. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't all that difficult because of that.
And does it, I imagine for some comedians, this is their bread and butter, but for somebody like Jay Leno, he just kind of has to do it because it sounds like a fun thing, right? I mean, he's not looking,
the money's not going to
he's not looking for the cash.
I said to him, "There's nothing I'm going to pay you that's going to make any difference in your life." So, but he does about 3-4 shows a week. He's almost always in the Hermosa Beach Comedy Club, and then Flappers and the Comedy Store. So he's out a lot. He's definitely out there a bunch. So as I said, I asked him, and plus we had someone that knew him, so that helped also. But all that together, we got him, and history will tell how good a show it was.
Yeah, well, I tell you. Well, he was even when he was doing the Tonight Show, he was famously still going to Vegas and doing shows on the weekends and things like that. So he loves to work.
And his wife unfortunately has pretty severe dementia, I believe. So I'm actually surprised he does go out. The biggest negative to our show for him was the fact that he had to drive 3 hours from Beverly Hills because he came down during Saturday night rush hour. So as I said, that was his big negative. Otherwise, he loved it. Took pictures with everybody. And just nice guy, just a very, very nice guy.
Right. Now, on top of that, you're working on another PAC show because the first one you ever did the PAC was Jay Leno, and of course that sold out in 10 seconds.
Having Fritz Coleman with him didn't hurt. I'll say that much. So that was kind of like a 1-2 punch that I had a feeling was going to turn out the way it did.
Now, do you feel pressure to sell it out again? I mean, if you're going to do this,
actually, I do. And the funny thing is, it's kind of starting out on top because it was the fastest sellout in history. I don't think you can really go down. It can equal it or go down, but I'm not going to top it.
Right.
So that's kind of what's going on. But yeah, I'm speaking to a bunch of Saturday Night Live guys. Then I'm speaking to a gentleman that many people don't know his name, but you know his face, and he was in all the Police Academy movies and Spaceballs, etc. He's a black gentleman who does all the sounds.
Oh, he does all the sound effects. You're right. I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
That's exactly. So that was my biggest point because a lot of people here, it's name recognition, like Jay Leno. Everyone knows Jay Leno. So the fact is, people don't know his name, but he's very, 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 very talented.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out how to work that one in there. But he wants to come here and play. And as I said, in the Saturday night, Kevin Nealon, Daryl Hammond. We're talking to Dana Carvey, Rob Schneider, all these guys. So we're talking to those group of people. And then we have some other shows. So we're all over the place just trying to find the best, combination we can do for the PAC.
Do you feel like word gets out a little bit about how great the audience is and receptive, and you've actually been able to grow your reach from there?
Well, the audience, having Jay Leno here definitely was a door opener because now, before who the hell is Laguna Woods? Or, sorry, who the heck is Laguna Woods? But I'm just saying, but now that he was here, you can say to somebody, well, Jay Leno played here, so there's no more, this little hole in the wall. So he definitely lent us credibility, which definitely helped. But yeah, no, they all the time send me back after the show, say that was a great audience, we had a good time, and whatever, because the audience really is into it. So, that they're a very big help for having me I get so many calls now from comics, people sending me videos, etc. So now it's a lot easier now that the word has gotten out.
Is it fun for you to because you MC these things, you go out on the stage, to be on stage with the pack? Did you ever imagine you'd grow to be, the comedy club would grow to that kind of level?
No, well, I was hoping it would, as I said, and I always tell people it doesn't, because my career is over what I was doing before. I said, but I tell people I opened for Jay Leno, whatever that means, I could say it. But no, it was fun doing that, and as I said, and I think we did well. It was a good show. Everyone has told me how good a show it was, so I mean, I'm happy to hear that. That was the most important part.
Are there things you still like to do with the comedy club wise in terms of other ideas, branching out, places, directions you'd like to take it?
We can go, I mean, right now we just do stand-up comedians. Well,
Right.
In the past, we've had a magician and
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So we can branch out into other kind of, not just straight stand-up, hypnotists that are funny, or mentalists, I should say, more mentalists,
Yeah.
et cetera. So we are trying to do that, and I'm considering, but I have to get board approval with discussing it, because I have so many people send me videos that I just tell them, I'm sorry, I don't think it's enough. But I actually have an open mic night.
Okay.
Where I let 10, I have to audition them first, because God knows what'll come up otherwise. But I mean, just, have maybe 8 to 10 people, give them 10 minutes each, and put them up on stage and see what they want to do. So we're very strongly considering doing that.
Yeah, maybe discover some hidden talent right here in the community.
And we'll give them all the chance to shine, because they all tell me, they're the best comedians out there. And I said, I'm not, everyone has different tastes. I said, but you know what? I actually think I'm probably going to do that. Just have to audition them first to make sure they're just somewhat funny, and then let them go at it.
Tell me a little bit about, with comedians, the worst kind of nightmare thing, like when you feel like things aren't going over, hey, these jokes usually hit, but for some reason it's not landing tonight. What does that feel like when you're on a stage, when things are really going well, and then when things just go south?
When I tell them?
Yeah, well, when you tell
I
them.
take them out of my next, I
it?
cross them out and I use them again. I look back, after now doing this for a while, I kind of know what hits with the audience and what doesn't, what way I can't go and what way I can go. So just from the experience, I kind of understand which way I have to go, what I have to leave out, what I can put in. So I've gotten a very good education from that.
Okay, so just kind of learning along as you go. Have you evolved, do you think, in terms of what you do in the comedy stuff, or is it just kind of hey, I write and go?
Where I evolved is, like I'm doing right now, is I speak quickly. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
So we speak quickly. And everyone kept telling me that, so I'm trying to slow down and now memorize instead of kind of looking at notes, memorize the entire act so I can say it from memory, and it helps me slow it down somewhat. So that's the main part that I've learned.
And just kind of those tricks. What are some of the tricks on the stage you use? Do you try to interact with the audience a little bit at all, or do you just go up there and do straight stuff?
First I start off with my wife joke, which she knows, and then then I go to my other jokes. And by the way, she does know.
I was gonna say, do you get sign off?
Well, actually, she's my best source of my material. But as I said, there was one the other day. I'm just trying to remember the joke. What it was like, she got a brand new motor scooter to go to shopping with, and it does 30 aisles an hour. Stuff like that.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I like that one.
So anyway, so she's a good source of it, but she knows what I'm going to be saying.
Okay. Well, the next comedy club coming up, it's going to be Monica Piper and Debbie Casper. It's going to be July 23rd over at Clubhouse 5. Make sure you guys get out there for the event. Residents and guests, it's $10. Non-residents must be accompanied by residents, of course. It's going to be the show's going to be at 6:30. Open doors at 6:30.
Yeah, the doors open like 5:30, but the show starts exactly at 7.
Starts exactly at 7. There you go, folks. Contact the folks at the Comedy Club. That would be Phil if you want more information about the shows and upcoming stuff, and maybe that open mic night.
I have a feeling it's going to happen. We'll see what happens.
All right, maybe. Thank you so much, Phil. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're watching This Day on Village Television. Sports Corner's up next with Cole Young.
The Laguna Woods History Center, the only purpose-built local history archive in Orange County, has been capturing the legacy of our community since 1977. As a nonprofit dedicated to preserving today for tomorrow, we collect, conserve, and share the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County region. Step into the past and connect with the present at your community archive. Whether you're curious about local milestones, searching for historical documents, or exploring treasured artifacts, the History Center is your gateway to the stories that shape Laguna Woods. The Laguna Woods History Center is a separate building adjacent to the Village Library. We are open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or by appointment. Visit us and find your place in history.
Welcome to Manor Alterations. Planning a home improvement project? Here are answers to some common questions. Before beginning any project, please contact Manor Alterations for guidance. All projects require mutual approval, so be sure to submit a mutual consent application prior to starting any work. Work may begin only after all required approvals have been received. A mutual consent is the mutual's approval for alterations to your manor. It confirms that the project complies with mutual standards and community rules. Many types of alterations require mutual consent approval. Examples include air conditioning installation, window or door replacement, carport storage cabinets, kitchen or bathroom remodels. Visit the Manor Alterations office with your contractor. Download forms on our website or request documents by phone or email. Additional documents may include existing and proposed floor plans, site plans or construction drawings, product specifications or engineering documents. Your contractor can assist you in preparing the required documents. Remember, the full scope of work in the application must match the plans. A building permit is an official document required by the City of Laguna Woods Building Department to verify that all requested changes conform with the current California building codes. You may hire a contractor of your choice. All contractors and subcontractors must be properly licensed and insured. A certificate of liability insurance, COLI, is required. Work valued at $1,000 or less may be performed by a handyman. A certificate of liability insurance is still required. Questions? The Manor Alterations team is here to help.
Doing car care right sounds like a simple concept, and it is. But implementing it takes experience, wisdom, integrity. Doing car care right calls for the right perspective. It's caring for the whole car, including the person behind the wheel. You have to care about where they're going, why they're going, and who they're taking with them. So when a bump in the road leaves you wondering where to turn, we're right around the corner, right when you need us. Doing car care right.
Hello and welcome to this Friday's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young and it's been an eventful week in sports so far, so I'll get right to it. First and foremost, we're approaching the exciting conclusion of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The quarterfinals were last week and they lived up to the expectations. First, France narrowly avoided an upset over Morocco. Morocco kept the match tied for most of the contest until Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele scored in the 60th and 66th minute, respectively. Morocco continued to fire shots, but top-ranked France held on 2-0 and advanced to the semifinals. Spain and Belgium began their quarterfinal contest, and this was a close match all the way throughout. Spain took a 1-0 lead in the 30th minute when Fabian Ruiz found the back of the net. Charles de Ketelaere scored his third goal in the last 2 matches to tie it up at 1-1 right before halftime. The two teams sat at a stalemate for most of the second half until Spain's Mikel Merino put one in the 88th minute just before the end of the match, and Spain would hold on to win 2-1 and advance to take on France in the semis. On the other half of the bracket, the underdogs, Norway, took an early lead over England, scoring in the 36th minute. However, Jude Bellingham would score in extra time just seconds before the first half ended, leading to a 1-1 tie as the two countries entered break time. It would be Bellingham again scoring in dramatic fashion in the 93rd minute, and England headed to the semifinals for the first time since 2018. To round out the tournament, defending champion Argentina were taken to the absolute limits by Switzerland. After an Alexis McAllister goal in the first 10 minutes, Argentina sat with a 1-0 lead. Switzerland finally got on the board when Dan Ndoye found the net in the 67th minute, and that would be the final regulation score. It took added time for Argentina to finally break the tie when they added 2 more goals in the 112th and 121st minutes. Argentina kept their repeat title hopes alive with a 3-1 win and advanced to face England in the semifinals. France and Spain were set to battle it out for a spot in the World Cup final, and that match kicked off on Tuesday. This matchup of two powerhouse countries started with a Spain goal. Lamine Yamal was fouled in the 20th minute, and Spain was granted a penalty kick. Mikel Oyarzabal took the shot and drilled a hard shot into the upper right corner, giving Spain the early 1-0 lead. In the 58th minute, Pedro Porro would find the net, and just like that, Spain went up 2-0 over top-ranked France. 97 minutes of gameplay later, and Spain officially pulled off the upset over France, shutting them out 2-0. This will be Spain's first appearance in a World Cup final since they won their first and only title back in 2010. Then, to see who would claim the second and final spot in the championship match, Argentina took on England on Wednesday. It was an incredible match from start to finish, and the game's top players put on a show. Argentina eliminated England, advancing to the final round for the second straight time and the 7th time in history, and looking to be just the 3rd repeat champion ever. The 2026 FIFA World Cup final between Spain and Argentina to see who is the greatest soccer country in the world will be on Sunday the 19th at 12 o'clock noon and can be seen on Fox. It is the last World Cup action we will see until 2030, so don't miss out. And be sure to watch Sports Corner next Friday, where I'll recap the match. It was an exciting week in Major League Baseball as we got to witness the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. The Home Run Derby was one of the most exciting in recent history. In front of his home crowd in Philadelphia, Phillies designated hitter Kyle Schwarber fought his way into the final round of the Derby. With 15 swings, he hit 11 monstrous home runs. His opponent in the final round was St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Jordan Walker, who would go last and try to upset the hometown hero. With just 3 swings left, Walker was at just 6 home runs. But on the final swing, if a home run is hit, the batter goes until they miss. Even knowing that, it didn't look too likely. But what happened next will go down in All-Star Game history. Walker hit 6 straight home runs to finish the night with 12 and upset Kyle Schwarber for his first ever Home Run Derby title. He became the first player in Cardinals franchise history to take the Derby crown. He earned $1 million prize money for winning the Derby, which is more than his 2026 annual salary of $799,400. For all the excitement of the Derby on Monday, the All-Star Game on Tuesday was nowhere near as riveting. 11 American League pitchers combined to allow just 3 hits and strike out 15 National League batters in a 4-0 victory, the AL's 4th shutout in All-Star Game history. It was arguably the most impressive team pitching performance in All-Star history, with the 15 strikeouts just 1 short of the 9-inning record and the 3 hits allowed tied for the second fewest. In the top of the first inning, Yankees teammates Cody Bellinger and Ben Rice both delivered RBI hits to give the AL a quick 3-0 lead. In the top of the 8th inning, Chicago White Sox third baseman Miguel Vargas hit a solo home run, sealing the 4-0 win for the AL. All-Star Week has reached its conclusion, and the second half of the regular season resumed yesterday, so now it will be a mad dash for a playoff spot from now until October. Speaking of All-Star games, the WNBA All-Star Game will take place next Saturday, the 25th. As the league continues to celebrate its 30th anniversary season, WNBA legends Cynthia Cooper and Teresa Witherspoon will serve as honorary general managers and select rosters from the pool of 22 All-Stars. As the head coaches of the 2 teams with the best records, Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammon and Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve will be the 2 coaches for the All-Star Game. Cooper and Witherspoon will draft their rosters from these 22 players that were selected to be All-Stars. If a player is unavailable due to injury or any other reason, the league commissioner will select an alternate. This should be a fun and high-scoring event, so don't miss out when the time comes. In the meantime, here's a look at the current WNBA standings. The Minnesota Lynx, Las Vegas Aces, and Golden State Valkyries are sitting atop the leaderboard at the moment. It's still a long road to the playoffs, which begin in September, but these three teams have put themselves in good position to earn a spot in the postseason. With all of that said, enjoy all of the different sports that this weekend has to offer, including the World Cup final this Sunday. Be sure to come right back next Friday to see who will win that, plus more news from all across the sports world. As always, thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend. See you next time.
I often get asked why I chose to become a retirement income specialist. Now for me, the answer's always been simple. I wanted to help people. There's something rewarding about helping someone not only enjoy their retirement, but just not worrying about it. My goal is to understand the person sitting in front of me. Once I understand what's important to them, we can build a plan around their goals and not anyone else's. My role is to help people use their hard-earned money they've spent their entire lifetime building to support the retirement they've always wanted.
And welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about our Friday and Saturday movies. We got a good lineup. I love these. I've seen both these. I love these movies. Ordinary People, it is a heart jerker there. Stars Timothy Hutton. Came out in 1980. It's a classic, and it's brought to us by City of Hope. 2 p.m. with the subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. An accidental death of an older son of an affluent family deeply strains the relationships among the bitter mother, the good-natured father, and the guilt-ridden son. Some fantastic performances occurred. Donald Sutherland, Mary Tyler Moore, and of course Timothy Hutton, who won, I think, an Academy Award for this one back in the day. That's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without them. Then on Saturday, As Good as It Gets, a real lighthearted, nice, fun, romantic comedy there, and that is brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Single mother and waitress, a misanthropic author, and a gay artist form an unlikely friendship after the artist is assaulted in a robbery attempt. Sounds a little heavy, but no, it's a great comedy, and that dog's hilarious in the movie as well. That's our Saturday movie at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Let's take a check of the weather forecast before we head out, and you might want to stay indoors for the movies because it's pretty warm still out there. 82 is going to be a high today, and then we're going to hit 85 on Saturday, and then go back to the lower 80s for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.